I think this might be my first one Haro right now, and I'm gonna get flamed in the comments for putting a one on a potential 7/6 that draws a card, but I feel like this thing loses too often than succeeds, which sucks.
Individually, it's a strong link pair, but this might be kind of harsh. I might get roasted in the comments for this, but I would put it at 2 Haros.
Ooh, 2 Haros is mean.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. It's Colin with the Sun Pirates TCG, joined again by my very special guest, Kareem Zaimir.
It's me.
We are back to re-review our ratings from a few weeks ago of every LR from the Gundam card game as of so far with the Starter decks and GT01, New Type Rising. And man, I gotta say, I apologize for mispronouncing the pilot of the Unicorn Gundam.
Oh, Banana Roger?
Yeah, Bananager. So I guess it's... We just went over this as Banager?
Banager. Yeah.
Banager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Banana Manager.
Yes.
That's the one thing I apologize for the most. I know we both went to Gen Con since the last video. We both played in some events. That was cool. I think we both got to touch a prize card aerial, which was also very interesting. And just recently, depending on when this goes up, we just played in the Eggman event. I did. And I got a lot of people that actually knew this video, the last video we did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were like, oh, don't I know you from somewhere? And I was like, well, do you watch Sun Pirates? No. They were like, I love Sun Pirates. It's great. So.
Oh, okay. At least it was positive.
Well, it was when one guy was like, oh, it's a good channel. You guys are a little off about the unicorn, though. I love this card. And we're like, yeah. We have to make this video.
Yeah. All right. I don't think we were like super off aside from a couple of things. I mean, we got semi-roast in the comments. To be honest, I was like kind of surprised how positive the like to dislike ratio still was. It was like still above 90% as I'm recording this.
That's not
which
bad.
is like, yeah, I was expecting it to be like 50.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly,
based on how bad it was.
I if nothing else, I'll say, shout out to the Gundam card game group, because honestly, like most of the people that are interacting with content, and I'm only fully on this side of the camera. I don't do any of the editing, nothing on that side for pulling the curtain back. But like, just on my side, it's like people are super nice, really appreciative of getting information out there, discussions out there. I'm used to putting like thoughts out on Twitter, or X, I guess is what it's called now. I'm old, sorry. And then people being like, you're an idiot, Blue Nami sucks. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, man, you're right.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Gundam card game players. You guys are a champ. I think a lot of us are all using Gundam as like our bridge game, where our main games are doing other stuff right now. So I think everyone just really appreciative.
One Piece.
I won't say that. Don't let Daddy Bandai be upset with me.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, even Digimon right now, people love it, but some of like the top decks in that game, thankfully their ban list is coming in. I think we're on the eve of a One Piece ban list, so see how that goes.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be better. I mean, I'll definitely try to make a video of that, reacting to it, at least as best I could. But yeah, so we have quite a few things to re-rate. Like I said in the previous video, as I was editing it, I put in that disclaimer at the beginning. Some of you saw it, some of you didn't.
Oh, it was good.
But like as I was uploading, I was like, man, we're gonna get roasted really hard for some of these, because I already knew. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I'll have it up on the screen here as we're going through each of the LRs post-editing. We'll go back in the same order as we started with. So with the blue LRs, the ST-01 Gundam from the starter deck. We originally had it at 5 Haros, and quite frankly, I would keep it like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I could award it a bonus Haro for being,
honestly, it's like a 6.
Like it's like a 6 at this point. So there was the only comment I'll say between me recording the video originally and me now is there was like a weird kind of like movement people were making to include a 2 of the set RX-78 over this one. And we were all like, yeah, it draws a card. Repair 1, whatever. Like, sure. Mm-hmm. That 3/4 body repair 2 is criminally good. Like, in actual competitive play, now that we're seeing constructed decks, Grandpa does good stuff. And now it's like the term is Grandpa. So, for referring to it, fantastic, like fantastic card. Can't.
Yeah.
We'll sing its praises for another hour if you give it. Don't let us do it. So.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, not much more to say there. Moving on to the other starter deck, Blue LR, Tall Geese. We originally had it 2 Haros. Honestly, I'm about to put it lower, maybe even like 1 Haro.
I think in current standing, and it's kind of what we talked about last time, right? We looked at it as it is a likely right now a 1 Haro card, probably 1 out of 5, but it has maybe the most potential and upside. We're getting a special goods set at the end of the month for Wing. Maybe there'll be unique cards, probably not. But set 2, we're also supposed to get more Wing support. If that means we get an Epion and Oz, and Zex is a little bit of a better pilot, maybe this comes back in. But right now, yeah, it's bottom of the barrel for Blue.
Yeah, if there was like maybe something that lets you untap a bunch of resources but only use it to activate abilities instead of casting cards, then maybe there's a world where Tall Geese gets a lot better. Like something like in Magic the Gathering where, you know, sometimes things will say produce a bunch of mana but only use it to activate abilities or to cast a very specific type of card.
Yeah. I think they've left design room open for that too. There's a lot of white cards we're seeing from Academy that are like pay 2 or pay 1 on your opponent's turn or your turn for another little -1 or a damage or something. Yeah. So it might be cool design space. Who knows? I mean, it's a brand new game. We don't know where Bandai's going to go with it in a year, 2 years. But for right now, Tall Geese, we're sorry, Tall Geese. Rest in Tall Geese.
I love the Tall Geese too, man. Oh, it hurts to do this one, but yeah.
I will gingerly look at my shelf for my master grade and my third party Tall Geese and salute it.
It's just the fact that matters. It's just not seeing play.
Yeah.
I think there was one at Gen Con, like one deck that was playing it.
Yep. I think it was the
one
only
of the many Gen Con events.
The only deck I lost to on our Sunday event. He ended up in the finals versus Ben Ferris. Shout out Ben Ferris, our Gen Con winner from Sunday. But yeah, he was on blue-white blockers, no freedom. Or no, he had freedom. He didn't have unicorn. He was running Tall Geese and Zex. And I was like, bold move, Cotton.
Yeah.
Hey, you know.
I mean, it worked for him, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Worked, so. All right. And then going into the main set for Blue LRs, we just mentioned it earlier, but the GD01 Gundam RX-78. Originally, we had this one at 3.5 Haros, so we kind of averaged it between me and Kareem's ratings. I forgot who rated it higher or lower, but regardless, honestly, where would you put this one now? It's definitely not 3.5.
It's not 3.5. I think it's probably on like closer to a 3, like a true 3. My problem with it is it's still white base. It still pairs and links with Amuro, who is objectively the best pilot, if not one of the best pilots in the game, currently, as of recording. And honestly, it's hard to put any card that says draw a card on the tin. I have a tough time saying is bad. Like at worst, it's a 3/3 that draws a card more often than not. Especially we're seeing a lot of like aggro games being played. A very popular list that's arisen since we last recorded was, I call it Super Best Friends. Everyone else is calling it 1 Year War. And then the people who have 4 of the Char alt from the beta are calling it Forbidden Lovers. And I approve of that one personally.
Oh no.
But in that list, a lot of people are also experimenting with this card because it is another body Amuro can pilot, and it will typically refund itself because it plays a lot of early weenies. So it's very easy to have those 2 extra units out to draw your card. So
for those who are not familiar with the nomenclature, we're talking about the blue-green Earth Federation / Sion aggro deck that's been popping up in a lot of events. It's like literally half and half Sion and Earth Federation.
Yep.
And even to the point of that LRRX-78, there's also the Earth Federation aggro that's more heavy leaning into Earth Federation stuff. I think the biggest issue with this card is it's like a space issue where, like, on paper it sounds good, but because you need so many other things like low to the curve to make it good, and when you have the other starter deck Gundam already being practically like an auto include in your list, then I think it's just harder and harder to find space for this guy.
Yeah.
Even I would personally probably put it down lower, like 2 Haros, just because another thing too is like I don't like to use this too often, but just the price of it on TCG Player how it's being reflected.
Yeah. No,
Like
it's a
one
fair
of the
one.
cheapest LRs.
Yeah, it's one of the cheapest LRs. I have a playset of the alt at this point, and it's honestly because people need Death Scythe, like regular Death Scythe, which we'll talk about later. Holy crap, is expensive, and people are like, "Well, can you take this alt art towards it?" And I'm like, "Sure, cool. I like alt arts. Me and Mo are big fans of alt arts, so."
I mean, it's a card that can still get better as time goes on, especially knowing that Set 2 will continue to support the original Mobile Suit Gundam series.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen that we're getting more Mobile Suit Gundam for Set 2, but we're also getting Zeta. Zeta will at least have more Earth-fed, while this one only specifically helps out for White Base. It still is an RX-78. It still does work with Amuro. If we end up with another Amuro pilot, I won't be shocked. Spoilers for Zeta. Again, just watch it. It's on Crunchyroll. It's cheap. If you can afford an LR, you can afford a month of Crunchyroll to watch Zeta. But yeah, I think you're probably on the money. Right now, I think it's probably in the same bucket as like Tall Geese for me. It's 2 or lower. It's a good option for later, especially if it's like a White Base Matters deck ends up forming out of nowhere. It's so hard for me to be like, cards that draw cards, not as good as you think they are, in a game where drawing cards is so like game-breakingly good right now.
Right.
I mean, I'd put like Show of Resolve as one of the best cards in the game, just in blue. Like almost everyone's running it. But yeah, I think you're on. I'll concede the point of 3 Haros. We'll agree on 2 Haros for unity.
All right, fair enough.
Get roasted in the comments in Set 2.
All right, and then next we get into the Gundam Unicorn series with the Unicorn Destroy mode, the elephant in the room from our previous video.
We're sorry.
I'm not apologizing for this one. Okay, so originally, if you haven't seen our previous video, we put this at 1 Haro out of. And by the way, this is like from 1 to 5, if you guys didn't pick that up already. But so here's my thing, right?
Ben Grimm.
It's a good card. I understand, guys. I understand it's a good card, but in my personal experience, I still don't like it. I still don't like it. And there's a couple of things. So, I mean, maybe I'm very biased because I play a lot of green white. So green white's typically lines up very well against the unicorn decks. But also too, at least again in my experience, I don't know. Some in the comments might be saying, "Oh no, I get cooked by unicorn every time when I play green white," or vice versa. But also too is just seeing the price of it on TCG. It's actually a card that's been depreciating since we recorded the original video. I think it started off like again release prices, blah blah blah.
Crazy,
but it started off as like $25-$30, and now it's down to like sub $20. Because it's not a mainstay in the blue-white decks. Like, you don't have to play in blue-white. There are plenty of versions of blue-white, like freedom blockers, that do not play it. They opt to play like the Academy stuff instead, like well, I say Academy, but it's really just Aerial Rebuild.
Yeah. Well, there are a few that are running like more mid-rangey Academy stuff just to kind of make better use of Suletta, which is fair. I will say though, local fan and resident champion of the channel, Arvin, crushed it with a unicorn build.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I saw a deck profile on this very channel about how good unicorn was.
All right, so maybe Arvin won a tournament with unicorns.
And I'll say this for everyone watching who will roast Colin and myself in the video. I could give Arvin a stack of 50 blank playing cards and he would still win a box at most stores, okay? He's just that good.
That's true.
Like, he's like, I'm a big wrestling guy. There's a term in wrestling that says he could have a good match with a broom. And that's Arvin with most card games. If I go, here's Flesh and Blood, you've never played it, here's the rules, he'll probably win 4 out of 5 games after, like, a testing period. The guy's just he's a monster. So it's kind of like we said it in the first video, JCM and Whitebeard. It don't matter how good Emu is coming out, Whitebeard's gonna win one because JCM's gonna top 16. It's gonna happen every time.
Yeah. All right, with all that being said, I'm not gonna double down on my original rating because that's just silly. Unicorn has been performing. It's been topping a lot. So where would I put it now? Is 4 Haro still too conservative?
Oof. I don't think it's a 4 for me, weirdly enough. I think it's a deck that doesn't define anything in the meta we're seeing currently. I think it's a card that is very good in supporting archetypes that are already working. I think it's really adding to the metagame is a reach. We're seeing a lot of people now, because of all these aggro decks, add in blockers, early game, armor array, gun cannons, all things to rest and interact with small boards. And I feel like this is the inverse. This is something that on level 5, hopefully, you're able to drop down after swinging with a profitable trade with your unicorn and your banana manager, as we've discussed. Yeah. And then you get a big body that can hopefully rest something down or present a threat. And usually the next turn, if you relink it, you're drawing another card off of it. But that attack, being able to rest even like a little body, was something I don't think either of us really considered how useful it is. Because, dear God, how many games have I lost where someone just goes, oh, you have no shields? No base? Play 2 dudes? Pass? Oh, you can only ping and kill one of them and the other one stays standing? Bummer. And you're like, man, that sucks to lose to a top deck like that. And that solves this problem. So I think probably like a 3, generous 3, maybe a 3.5. I don't know if it's quite a 4. Like, looking at what we had done 4s for previously.
How roasted are we going to get if we don't put in at least a 4 to 5 stars?
Hey, man, I'll die on this hill. Like, the coolest part of Gundam Unicorn was the Xeon stuff at me.
You're not wrong.
I will die on this hill.
Oh my goodness. So, definitely another thing we missed before, I feel like, was the idea that you really didn't have to pull off the combo of sacking your unicorn mode to cheat this out. Mm-hmm. Like, I've seen Arvin do it quite a bit, where it's just a progression. Like, as you're curving out, you just put your banana on your unicorn mode, draw a card, let it trade into something. You don't have to worry about sacrificing it to the ability. Nope. Because unicorn mode will still give you back the banana anyway, and then down the line you can just hardcast destroy mode and put the banana on again and draw another card.
I urge everyone watching this video, when you play locals, please always refer to the man as a banana man.
Yeah, banana man.
It'll be a banana man.
Banager? Banager? Look, what I'm saying is that, like, you don't actually have to go for the combo kill like we originally thought. And it turns out when you're playing like a decent number of each combo piece, they actually do. Especially when you're in blue-white, you are actually seeing it consistently enough.
Yeah.
Like, the individual parts are better than I was originally giving credit for. That's the bottom line I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I think it's a good enough deck. I don't think anyone is rushing to build around it, and it's not going to end up as like, how did you win the regional? Oh, I ran 4 unicorn destroys, and I ran 4 of the unicorn modes, and it's like, no, you're probably still going to run freedom, or you're probably still going to run like maybe like a mid-rangey blue Marita Cruz list. Like, it's good. It's just not. It's not the core of the deck.
Most decks I see that play the unicorn package, a lot of times they might not even play the level 5 unicorn, especially not even at a full playset. Maybe like 2 to 3.
Yeah,
I've seen as few as 1. And then for destroy mode, I also don't see it as a full playset. Usually like 3 copies, sometimes 2.
Yeah, it's a good finisher. It's good to.
Yeah.
Oh, you have your Freedom Gundam up. I drop this. I swing on attack. I rest your 1 blocker. I make sure all these attacks are getting in. I think it's getting a little bit less consistent because, like, wing decks, which we'll talk about again later in the video, I'm sure, are now adapting to run more blockers. They're running Striker Pack now. A lot of them moving away from like the ramp kind of ideology, which is just so weird. But that's a meta, so you know. But because of that, when Striker Pack gets hit out of life, they get their blocker up anyway. So now your unicorn didn't even rest something you couldn't account for, and it's better than we gave it credit for. I don't think it's the cream of the crop like our ST01 Gundam RX-78 is. Like, that thing is a beast and a half. This thing is good for what it does, but how much credit do I want to give like a 9-cost Zoro? Yes, if you play it and I don't have an answer to it, you do win the game. Is it what my entire deck's about? No, because nobody plays Jinbei. Like,
right. I think I would still land it at 4.
4?
Arrows.
All right.
I would still land at 4.
All
or
right.
maybe we can meet in the middle 3.75 or something.
3.75. Well, That's fine. It's fine. It's your channel. We'll give you the tiebreaker. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. The other destroy mode, Banshee. So last time we had it at 3 Haros, and honestly, I think we were on the mark for this one.
This is where I.
It's
argue.
a good card.
This is where I argue.
Really? Okay.
Dear
I'll let you cook.
God in heaven, this is a 4 or a 5 for me every time. So my wife played in the Gen Con events. I played in the Gen Con events. She was doing like green white. She did a lot of like the white based stuff. Was having fun with it. I solely played blue red Marita Cruz, and if for no other reason this thing says pair Marita Cruz, give her another body, and usually when you drop it, you almost can guarantee the double attack. Mwah, chef's kiss. This thing is insane. If you've ever wanted to see somebody just like lose the soul out of their body, watch this thing come down with Marita, swing, gain first strike, restand itself, and just tear through their entire board. It's nutso. And
my only thing though is that you don't play a full playset of it though. It's like it's usually just a 2 or a 3 of. Yeah. A lot of blue red lists I see only play 2 of it as just your finisher.
Yeah, it's one of the ones though, man. It is. It's at first I was like, it's inconsistent. You know, I have 12 in the bin. Now that a lot of the blue red lists are moving to a lower to the ground to compete with this, like the 1 year war, we're best friends deck, the green blue menace. You're seeing a lot more red and blue running, your Jins, your GMs, your gun cannons. I've seen some of them that are even running like Tragos and stuff, like just weird, like little baby blockers just to compete with the early game. But facilitating all these early units typically will mean, especially after you've been taking damage, because these aggro decks are going to smack you in the face every time. They don't wait around.
Right.
And I think originally when I was looking at it, it was like, yeah, well, blue-white freedom just starves you the entire time. So it's very rare that you're going to have 12 in trash. It's a tough one. Against aggro, this thing is cracked. Like, you just start racing the aggro decks because you're like, I've got a double attacker in my deck and you've got a Sharzgel Goog. I'll take that race. Like, we'll meet you at the finish line, friends. And usually you get there. It's really dumb. So I think it's probably a 4 for me. If we're going to put Unicorn Destroy at a 4, I have to fight that it's a 4. The other thing too is now that I've been corrupted to the ways of Marita Cruz, and I'm opening a church in her honor for how many games she's won me recently. Anything that she can pilot gets a +1 from me. So if even her little, it's not even a rare, it's like an uncommon for the Kshatriya. That one gets
the vanilla.
Yeah, the vanilla gets it's like a 3 or 4 for me now. I played 2 of those the other night. That was cracked. Turns out a 3/4 just really good into wing. Who knew? So yeah. I will die on the hill of plus this girl up 1. It's really good.
All right, that's fair.
The worst part is it's alt art. That's the worst part of the card.
You don't like the alt art?
It's very dark. I have 4 of them.
That's fair.
beautiful.
That's fair.
They're just it's black and gold, and that's cool. But it's kind of a bummer when the Destroy Unicorn links up with the Kshatriya and is one of the most beautiful alt art combos in the game. And this is just like, look, it's a nice black background with my black Gundam and golden chrome. It's like, okay.
I'll give you that, yeah. I can agree with going up to 4 stars. I think you made a good point. If I'm putting this Unicorn Destroy mode there, Banshee should probably be there as well.
We must throw ourselves at the altar of Unicorn and offer our forgiveness.
All right. Hopefully you guys are happy with that one. So let's move on to green. So pretty quick one. ST-02 Wing Gundam, the original Wing Gundam. We gave it 5 hours at the beginning. It's 5 hours again. Yeah. It's still easy. Still excellent.
Yeah. Slam dunk. Nothing to say. Nothing to add. It's a juggernaut at the end.
Yeah. Sharzaku 2 from the starter deck. The one that on Destroy looks a top 3 for another Xeon unit. We originally had it at 5 Haros. Still 5 Haros.
Yeah.
Still excellent.
we rated it 5 Haros thinking red-green Xeon Rush was a thing, and no, green-blue Xeon Amuro Rush is a thing, and this thing is the freaking, like, value factory from hell. I hate this card. I love it. I have 4 alt arts of it. It's beautiful. I hate this card. It's the most terrifying thing coming down on their level 3 turn. It's gross.
Yeah, I mean, it plays out exactly how we pretty much predicted it. Just it traces something after they had to like go through the trouble of attacking back into it, because you probably pair it with Char and hit their face at least once or twice, and then it replaces itself. Oftentimes it can find another copy of itself. You put it down, you put another Char on, then you just keep going, right?
Yeah, in the 1 year war deck, or the super best friends.
Best frenemies.
Yeah, best frenemies. Yeah. It notably finds itself, the rare version of itself, which makes a token, which I hate. The Gelgoog, which then can just grab Char back out of the trash and hit you in the face again. Or it can find any of the DOP, the Zaku 2s, the Zaku 1. Like, everyone's running a very strong green Zaku package, and it is... That deck, if you have not gotten to play against it in the meta, is easily top 4 decks in the game right now. Like, I'm not even going to, pretend like it's not good. It is a threat. If you played Digimon, you loved Rookie Rush, it's back.
Some people might even argue top 1 deck right now.
Yeah. I've heard the arguments, and I think we're in a square meta. I think we've got 4 big good decks, and this is definitely... I definitely will admit I put my fandom first when we rated it 5, and I was like, it's great, but I'm not sure if it's consistent. And now this deck's out there, and I'm like, hey, at least you get to play Xeon, though. That's pretty cool.
All right, moving on. You mentioned it just earlier, but Char's Gelgoog. Yep. We originally had it at 4 Haros. I feel like we're still not that far off.
No, probably not.
Some people play it, some people don't. When it comes to the Xeon deck, I've seen some versions of that 1 year war blue-green aggro deck that do not play the Gelgoog. Some people might just think it's not consistent enough, I guess. It's still a very good card, don't get me wrong. It's just, again, there's still that base weakness that we mentioned originally that comes with the fact that Char is not searchable by any effect. So if you miss on the Char, then the Gelgoog itself is just very below average.
Yeah. It's a nice enough body. It dies to wing, which is the issue. But it's, for the people who are running it, it's such a there's nothing you can do to stop me moment, because turns out 6 high maneuver unblockable is just nuts out of nowhere. And we've seen it, I think it was on the stream just recently with Eggman's Triple Win-A-Box. Guy threw down a Zaku, he was on, I think it was 7, threw down a Zaku, paired it with Char, swung in, took out a base, dropped the Gelgoog, pitched another card, put his other Char on it, and just went in. And I was like, yeah, it turns out that's pretty good. Turns out that's all you need. Crazy.
Maybe even like 4.5. You guys can argue in the comments.
Yeah, I think 4 is probably fine for now.
Yeah,
it's all the same points as before. It's going to have a lot of upside because they're going to keep making Char cards, just like they're going to keep making Amuro cards. So we'll see how it goes.
Again, it's like a 10-star when you have the Char in rotation, but it's like a 1-star if you don't have the Char in rotation. So you kind of have to balance it out somewhere. All right, and now for the other elephant in the room from our previous video, the Death Scythe.
Death Scythe.
We had this at 2 Haros last time.
Yeah. Sorry, Death Scythe Mafia. I apologize. Please don't murder me and my children.
Okay, this one I will actually apologize for. I was like the unicorn. I was like trying to double down with some points here and there, but I have no excuse for the rating on Death Scythe. I feel like such a fraud too, because like I literally topped one of the Gen Con events with a green-white deck with 4 Death Scythes.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I just spread a bunch of propaganda.
That
Death Scythe was bad.
It's a tough one too. So like, I also will admit I'm very guilty of it. I was like Death Scythe meh in the video, and then I think I locked myself in a room with my friend Cameron, and we play tested the hell out of green white, and we realized no, Death Scythe skipping your level 7 turn into your 8 turn is just so consistent. Having a 6/6 that has first strike to just delete anything you don't want to see on the board, pretty good. And even if you never do it to ramp into the wing 0, just having something that Freedom can't minus down, and it's just a very sticky, annoying unit to deal with, is good. Big number good. So
yeah,
Cameron took 2nd versus Eggman Hayden. And yeah, he was on green white with 4 Death Scythes, 4 duos. I think his list is up online now, so But yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think so. The reason why, for those who may not have watched the original video, the reason why we originally put it so low was that I thought that, or we thought that individually both Duo Maxwell and the Death Scythe LR were just not good. Like if you look at the card by itself, if you're not able to pair the pilot with it, the Death Scythe's actually pretty unimpressive. You know, it's just a 5/4 at level 6. It's just worse than the Wing when it's by itself, right? And Duo Maxwell is the same way, where by himself, if you don't have the link pair with the Death Scythe, he's pretty below average. Well, not just pretty. He's very below average. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So the thing I was like very heavily underestimating was just how consistently you could get the link pair together. Which, as it turns out, is like a lot of our early testing, we just didn't value the search spell enough, I feel like. And it wasn't just us, like a lot of people just were not playing it either. If you look at like a lot of the early Eagle's Nest events, again, a lot of people didn't seem to be playing full play sets of the search spell, which, and that's what kind of turned me around on it, was that, you know, when I got on the build, the more like refined build, quote unquote, that was playing 4 of everything and 4 of the search spell, the path to victory or defeat, and we were getting those pieces way more consistently. I was like, okay, this is extremely powerful now. Like, now that I'm consistently seeing my Death Scythe link pair, I go in, I first strike away your link pair, like an Ale Strike, for example, and then because he's a 6/6 that can't be shrunken, he guaranteed trades with another link pair that they have to like go out their way to like find and swing back into him.
Yeah.
So, you know, you spend 2 cards to effectively take out 4 of their cards, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I think the thing too that I think you said it best. It's kind of like a fraud moment for the pair of us. We both come from One Piece, a game that is very good about searching for your pieces. And we looked at a search spell in Gundam and went, level 5. Like, whatever. And then we looked at like actually playing and go, oh, that's kind of crazy. Design-wise, all of the good level 6 mechs for Wing are 4 cost level 6, and all the pilots cost 1. So you just have 1 floating every single time, and you can run the search event, and it is the opportunity cost is so low to just include that deck. It's effectively saying I would like 4 more copies of all of my good pilots and all of my good mechs whenever I want it. And we play enough Bandai games. We should know this. In Digimon, searchers are insane. In One Piece, searchers are insane. I've never played Battle Spirit Saga, but maybe searchers are good in that game. Don't know. Maybe you can tell me if you play that game. If you do, I'm sorry.
I have played BSS before.
I'm sorry.
And very early on. I don't know if there were searches later. I only played like the first set. But
I stand
there was
by,
a lot of draw spells though.
Yeah, I stand by that if they had advertised it as set 2, we will have Gundam cards, it would have done a little bit better. that was a kind of a bad marketing strategy. But now we have the actual Gundam card game, so thank God for that.
Yeah. So as far as the actual rating, needless to say, 5 Haros.
Yeah, 5 Haros.
Sorry, guys.
It's a staple. If you watch the first video and you opened up a Death Scythe and you were like, Kareem and Colin said this is crap, I'm gonna trade it for a Buster Gundam. I am so sorry that you lost out on that deal. I am so sorry.
Well, I hope you actually looked at the price on TCG Player, because even as we put out the video, the prices did not reflect that. Death Scythe is still, back then, was still one of the most expensive LRs, and now currently is still one of the most expensive LRs. It actually might be the most expensive now that I think about it.
I think it's either it or it's the next one we're going to talk about is the most expensive. They go back and forth, it feels like.
Yeah. But yeah, at any rate, so the next one, the last green LR to talk about, is the Wing Zero. We originally had it at 5 Haros, and this one, I would leave it at 5 Haros, honestly.
Yep.
It's a really good card.
It is a definitive I'm winning the game now card, and I shudder to think, is there anything else in the game that completely flips tempo on its head in this game? Not yet. Like, Big Zom is not consistent in any deck you can run it in. No one's running the level 6 green event that deals damage to blockers. This just flat out is an egregious board reset most of the time you choose to deploy it. When you want to, you cash in your early blockers, you cash in if you're on Shenlong or you're on Death Scythe, whatever. You just trade in profitably, you get all your attacks out how you want, slam this on the board, likely clear both players' boards, and if you happen to be on 9 resources, you have the biggest, dumbest number in the game with Hero. Like, it's insane. The fact that it's also unblockable, sure.
That's my biggest thing about it, is that it just straight up has the built-in high maneuver. You don't even have to pair it. It's just there.
Just what if you can't stop me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy too. I've seen it on streams now too. People playing the green white build, and they're like, "Screw it, throw a duo in there." I would love a 6/9. Like, that's great. Like,
yeah.
Oh, throw a Shang Wu Fei in there. Sure, why not a 7/8? And it's like, yeah, honestly, big stupid number, good. Like, yeah, you're right. You know, like,
yeah.
So card good. Sing its praises as much as possible.
Yep. All right, not much more to say there. Let's move on to red. So, for red starter decks, we have the LR Sinanju. Mm-hmm. Oh man, we originally had this one at 5 Haros.
It's so cool. It's not our fault. It's cool.
It's so cool.
Have you considered it's red and it's cool and it's got a guy who pilots it called Full Frontal. It's a sex joke. It's very funny. Yeah, egg on our faces.
Oh man,
it is a very cool card. What it does is awesome. When it's paired is awesome. It comes down on a very aggressive turn. It has a kind of cool design with the Neo Xeon logo in the background for its alt art. Even its regular art's pretty cool. Nobody's playing this card. Like, I think some people are playing Full Frontal. They're not playing this card. Like, it's tough. It's just, it turns out it's like too slow, and it's weird to have like a 7 attack like link unit that's considered slow that still deals indirect damage. It's just, it's weird when it's like the big brother to another LR that we'll talk about here in a second, and it's just incredibly worse than that. So yeah, I don't know. I love the card. I still love most Xeon units. I'll rate them highly because I have a bias, but being very objectively, like, do we bring it down to a 3? It's still good. It's just not played.
I might go even lower, maybe like a 2 or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the biggest issue with the Sinanju is actually the pilot, the Full Frontal. Because Full Frontal is designed in such a way where it makes you want to like play a lot of low to the ground units. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that Full Frontal himself is a level 6 pilot, so it comes out very late. And just with that, having that weird like deck building restriction where you have to play like a bunch of these level 6 cards, but you're also obligated to play a lot of these low to the ground cards, it really doesn't seem to mesh well. I think that's why Red Green Xeon just wasn't really performing. Like, some people make it work, but I think a lot of those Red Green lists don't even play the Sinanju. They're just playing like other stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the red-green lists that we're seeing that are actually performing, some of the ones we saw at Gen Con, Eagle's Nest, Eggman's most recent triple win-a-box, the ones who were playing, a lot of them were on low counts of Sinanju, low counts of Full Frontal, and they were really leaning heavily into like low to the ground, like Saku Mariner, the Zulu, and even the oh goodness, I always forget the generic. It's the level 3/2 cost 3/2. Pairs with any Cyber New type because you can put Marita Cruz in it.
The Gira Zulu.
Gira Zulu.
Yeah.
Like, we're seeing a lot of those cards being played in red, and like some of the lists are like, yeah, here's like 1 or 2 Sinanjus just to lock the game out. But it is an issue where it's like, if you're not trying to make something like Shamblau work or something that just needs a new type, Cyber New type like the Kshatriya, you're not really hoping you pull a Full Frontal. He's mostly in there so you can have 2 extra copies of Marita Cruz. And they're not great, you know? His stats don't justify how bad his ability is in play, which is the issue.
I will say, like, if Full Frontal just did something more similar to, like, what Marita does, like, on swing, deal a damage, I think the Sinanju would suddenly be excellent. I still think eventually there may be a shell out there for the Sinanju. I think what the card does is objectively powerful. It's just the pilot that goes with it just creates this very weird deck building restriction, and it's not like, because it's the exact same stats as like the Death Scythe with Duo Maxwell, but Duo being linked onto the Death Scythe makes it like this very hard to kill monster, whereas the Sinanju becomes a 7/6, still pretty big, the full frontal itself is just a stat stick more so than an actual like something that actually provides a real effect.
Yeah, and it's weird to say this, but like a high maneuver 7.6 is less impactful to the board on the turns that it comes out than what we're seeing like Banana Manager kind of handle in his same stat block. He's still also a 2/2 +2/+2, and granted,
Yeah.
he's on Link. You draw a card. I'll tell you, most people aren't linking him. Like, most people are throwing him on a Freedom, or they're throwing him on a blocker to make sure that's a 6/6 blocker.
Yeah. But when you put him on the unicorn and draw a card, that's pretty darn good.
Pretty good, yeah. It just
Like-
turns out that like drawing a card in Gundam is proving to be much more valuable than being able to cheat out a level 4 or lower.
Yeah. The big thing too is with the Senage is that when you're that late in the game, especially if you're playing like an aggro strategy, sometimes you don't even have the smaller unit to cheat out.
Yeah, I think
like the Senage, oftentimes I've seen it a lot where it's just the last card in their hand, and I'm like, well, the full frontal literally did nothing.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So yeah, I think a 3 or a 2, maybe a 2.5 for now.
Yeah, we'll be in the middle. Let's say 2.5.
Yeah, there's some people trying to make it work with like a red blue style list, and they're running like some of the Cyber New type stuff with unicorns, and it's like maybe we see that work, but so far no.
Yeah. All right, the other star deck, red LR, is Aegis. We originally had this one at 2 Haros, and honestly, I don't think we were far off.
No.
I could even rate this one lower in hindsight, to be honest with you.
It's another one that I think in the last video, I think we agree it's like a 1-star card right now. It's just a card that has upside. Red as a color is very good outside of the Zaft package, but it feels like all of the pieces we've got in set 1 for Zaft just need a little bit of tweaking, little bit, maybe a couple new pilots, maybe a couple generic links that are more useful for Arthrin and the others. What it does is good. It comes out in an awkward turn for sure, but I can also see the vision where maybe you're against green-white and they ramp past you and they drop their duo Maxwell, and you drop this and you go ping it for 3, crash into something big, and maybe that gets you to be good enough at a trade. A lot of people are experimenting with like a red-white list that keeps going around, and they're trying to do like an aggro ping blocker type deal, and I hope they figure out the sauce on that because it looks really cool. But even those lists are only running this at like a 2 or 3 of at the most, and it's only because of its level. They're looking to find things that come down quick, are efficient, and have good stats, and it's not because the Aegis Gundam in particular is driving them towards it. It's more, it's an available target for what they're already in the game plan to do, which is kind of like a mid-rangey beatdown style. So yeah, I think a 2 right now is probably right.
Yeah. You pretty much said it all. I think there's potential for it in the future, depending on how the meta could shift. If it's more like you said, blocker heavy, top end heavy, Aegis can probably get there more often. Granted, it's a pretty generic effect. I think if Zaft just had more easy like power buffing abilities, like the Vesalius is actually a great example. That's actually a very good base, and that in particular does get the Aegis to 5 power without even needing the pilot, which is pretty nice. So there's that. Or maybe if they ever print another Atherin, like a white Atherin for the Justice at some point, then we can make an argument there. But I think you're right. We'll stick with 2 Haros. Yeah. All right. And then for the main set, red LRs, we have the Kshatriya. So we originally had this one at 4.5 Haros. I wanted to put this one at 10 Haros.
Yep.
You kind of pulled me back a little bit.
I did. I will formally apologize to past Colin. The only deck I've been trying to win things with is red-blue. And what's the scale go to? 11 billion Haros. I love this card. This card's my favorite card in the set. I think I have all 4 alt arts of this card already. I've now sworn my soul to Marita Cruz. Long may she reign.
Right here.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Chef's kiss. This thing is a freaking monster. Like, if you had told me, like, it's one of the coolest LRs in the set, does 1 damage to 2 things, and as a former Magic player, I'm like, yeah, cool. So does like Chain Lightning. Who cares? Thing's insane. Like, in practice, it just deals with so many things. For like green blue, it deals with your tokens, it deals with the little like 2 health units that are so annoying to deal with. And then when you really consider the Merida link, it's like, yeah, you're putting 3 damage on the board split between 2 targets, and it's like, that's pretty good. Like it's really, really impactful. And it's like a 7/5. It's insane. Like it kills whatever it wants to touch.
Yep. Yeah, it trades back with anything. It kills a couple of weenies if you're ever in an aggro mirror, which, like you said, versus green-blue, if you're playing blue-red, that card is the reason why blue-red is, from what I've seen, is slightly favored in that matchup. Yeah, the card's just insane. So, re-reviewing it, 5 Haros, maybe even 6. It's that high up, like the RX-78, I think.
It's 5 Haros with an extra Haro when it swings. So it deals 1 more.
If it swings with the Merida, it's
1 extra.
It's a 7 Haro.
Yeah. Just pings you for 1 more.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
All right, and then the bottom of the barrel, we have the Buster Gundam.
Oh god. Okay.
Okay, I will say this one probably isn't the bottom of the barrel. The next card probably is.
Sure.
But Buster, we originally had a 1 Haro. I'm cool with keeping it there. You can maybe argue it up to 2 Haros.
No. I was told by my teammate who we went to Gen Con with, he said, if you do a redo, you got to say he personally wants the Buster at a 0. And I'm like, I can't put anything at a 0 that has such a cool alt art. Like, the alt art is the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a Suda 51 guy. If you play Suda games, that art style is right out of Killer 7. It's awesome. Unfortunately, the card is real bad. And it feels real bad to put a pilot on it, because then it's like Arrested 3 or Arrested 2, and Gundam eats it, and you go, damn, that sucks.
I will say, though, when you have the setup together, it feels really strong.
Oh, like, with the Legals and everything? Yeah,
with the support 3, if you put it on, if you pump a Legal with that, you feel like you're on top of the world. It's so strong.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the funny thing is that, like, I think the best pilot to put on it is Kira, because he's a coordinator.
Oof.
It becomes like, so you support somebody, you untap it, and then it becomes a 3/5 that swings again and then shrinks something. It actually takes a profitable trade.
Oh, dear God.
So, I don't know when this video is coming out in relation to my other gameplay video, but I just had a gameplay video with Mohammed where I was playing a red-white Justice brew, and I was using the Buster. It was working, so like, you know,
trial by fire. Somebody when somebody wins the regional, running 4 main deck Busters, call me and call Colin, and we'll do an interview. We'll get you Skype Pro or something, so you have nice 4K video, and we'll do it up proper. But you have to win with 4 Busters. That's the
4 Busters.
Our wanted poster has just been placed.
With all that being said, though, I'm fine leaving it at 1 for now. It's just not performing. That's the long and short of it. Like, do you see it in Zafless? Yes, but our Zafless topping, very few and far between, honestly. And speaking of Zafts, we go on to the last red LR, which is the Dual Gundam Assault Shroud. We put this at 1 Haro, and honestly, I wanted to put this card even lower. When I said Zafless were topping, as from what I saw, they were not even playing this card.
No. The if you've ever played Char Zaku 2 and it dies and you go, man, I didn't get anything off the top of my deck. That sucks. Welcome to Dual Assault Gundam, where it doesn't do anything by itself, and then you reveal the top of your deck and you still don't get anything, but you had to wait an extra 2 turns for this. It sucks. It sucks so bad. I hate it. Honestly, I will take the heat on this one, guys. If you are at a store that is charging above MSRP and you spend your allowance, your couple of dollar dues, or 20 some odd dollars in some states, I'm sorry, for a pack of Gundam, and your LR is a Dual Assault, you can fight the employees of the parking lot. I give you permission. You can start an argument about how they sold you a Dual Assault, and if you tell me, we'll figure out. We'll put them on blast on Twitter or something. I don't know. It is a painful LR to open, especially with how limited product is lately. It's tough. I have a binder full of them. If you'd like, I'll sign and ship some Dual Gundams to people. Why not? Like, it'll cost me more in postage. Honestly.
If this video gets how many likes?
I don't know. You set the likes.
I don't know, like 300 likes.
300
That's
likes.
too many.
No, 300 likes. We'll do a raffle for a signed dual assault gun. I'm not even sure if I have an alt art of it. I might have an alt art of it.
Yeah,
We'll have to look
within
for it.
we'll say within the first like month of recording, just so we're not like,
Oh yeah,
just so we don't come back
4
to 3
years later, it finally hits 300 likes.
Yeah. Yeah, this card's so funny story. I was playtesting against my buddy Mike. He was trying out like a red white Zap list, and he was playing like this card with a Zap package. And I think it was like 3 games in a row. He deployed it, and he put a pilot on, and then all 3 times he missed. And I'm like, this is so bad. I felt so bad for him. I was
Truly every time.
And then I think maybe like the 4th game or something, he finally hit something, and it was just a 3-2, like the level 2 3-2, and I'm like,
Man, that 3-2 won in the
cool.
game, right?
oh totally,
Yeah, definitely.
I totally didn't just slam a wing 0 right after he played.
A wing 0, Colin, but that card's a 5-star. Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. That's just rest in piss, dual assault. We're sorry.
Yeah. All right, now moving on to the white LRs. So from the Star Decks, we have the Aerial Pyramid Score 6 from SD01. We originally had it at 3 Haros. Honestly, I could put it lower.
Yeah.
And again, it's not that it's objectively a bad card per se, but it's just not seeing play. There's just, in a lot of the white color combinations, there's just so many better LRs to be playing.
The one thing that the Aerial Gundam has to its credit is that Bandai effing loves Aerial. We're getting prize cards that are Aerials. We're getting play mats with Aerials. We're getting sleeves with Aerials announced. We're getting... If you like Aerial, boy, we getting you some cards about Aerial. But yeah, Permit Score 6 is just... It's alright. It does what it says on the tin. The Academy package is just not getting played to any success, really. And the cards that are getting played are the big version of this one, which comes in the set. So it just tends to be a little too not impactful is the issue. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I would drop it lower, maybe like 2 Haros.
Yeah, 2's probably fair.
It's not dual Gundam Assault Shroud.
No.
By any means,
it actually does something. Like
yeah,
it does.
I mean, I've lost to it before in tournament. Like someone played it against me, and like it did work. So I can't knock him for that.
And notably, we rated it higher than a Death Scythe that could have Duo, which is immune to its ability because we dumb.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yeah, we might there might have been a bit of a gas leak
Whoopsies.
in both of our houses.
For everyone playing at home, we are recording from Florida. It's a swamp gas state. There could be any type of anything in the air over here. So, if we have some swamp madness, we're sorry.
Yeah. All right. And then moving on, we have the Ale Strike from the Star Deck. We've had it at 5 Haros. It's staying at 5 Haros.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else we want to say?
It real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Card good.
Card good. It don't need link. It real good. It generically good.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. And then the Big Brother going into set 1, the Freedom.
Yep.
We originally had it at 5 Haros. Now with this one,
I should bring it down to 4 or less, to be honest.
I was kind of thinking 4, the funny thing is seeing, well, again, gas leak, haha, but it's seeing less play than the Unicorn, so.
Yeah. It's one of the ones, so I think it's, we talk about it a lot, like locally when we're talking about like One Piece decks, or we talk about like a Gatekeeper card. And I feel like Freedom was a Gatekeeper card because everybody out of beta was like, oh my god, blue-white blockers. It's the god of blue-white blockers. I'm going to get to 7 with all my blockers, and I'm going to drop a Freedom, and then every turn I'm going to pair a white unit. I'm always going to get its ability, and I'm going to trade profitably, and, Christmas will come early, and Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny will get married. And that was a beautiful world he lived in. And then everyone remembered, oh, right, Gundam Wing is one of the most popular franchises out of this entire, community. And turns out Wing Gundam real good at ignoring what the hell this thing does and murdering everything it touches. So Yeah.
Also, as it turns out, Unicorn Destroy mode is also really good at ignoring it. It literally ignores it. It just says, "All right, turn that sideways,
Yeah.
get it out of the way."
Sorry,
Still hitting your face.
if you could lay on your back while I kill your base and everyone you love, thanks.
Yeah.
Also, I invited like the rest of my 4 or 5 friends on board to just get past you. We're just scooching by. Don't worry me. So yeah, it's a good card. Still a good card.
Mm-hmm.
It's just between the weenie rush that we're seeing and kind of like these now like mid-range focus on aggro, it's kind of a liability. Like if you mulligan and you draw into like 3-4 freedoms and no way to fix the hand, you're gonna have a really short and bad game. So
yeah, like, so I said it's seeing less play than Unicorn. What I mean by that is not that it's in less deck lists, but it's actually in lower quantities.
Yeah.
On average than I've been seeing for the Unicorn. It's like a lot of the times I only see it as like a 2 of, if any.
Yeah.
So I would agree. I still leave it at 4 Haros. It's a great card. It can get better because, you know,
Kira.
like we said before in the previous video, Bandai loves Seed. So
Oh yeah.
you never know, there might be more Kiras, more Triple Ship Alliance support, blah blah blah, that can support it. So
Considering we've already seen ways to cheat cost, I won't be shocked if we have some way to morph into this one. So
yeah,
we'll see.
All right, and then the Justice, my favorite mobile suits. We had it at 1 Haro, very begrudgingly on my part. This has seen a top before. To give credit where credit's due, unlike the Assault Shroud. So,
it did a thing.
I believe, yeah, it topped one of the Gen Con events, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a red-white blockers list that was actually played both Freedom and Justice. Kind of cool. As far as like where I would put it now, it's still, like I said before, it's still one of the easiest like 2 swings out of nowhere type of card.
Oh yeah.
Because of, you know, linking it, swing with it, and then swing with the jetpack right after. I kind of want to bump it up. I don't know if I'm biased, but I kind of want to bump it up. No more than 2.
Yeah, I think a 2.5 is probably fair for it. I made the argument in our first video that, again, Bandai loves Seed. Like, it's gonna get support, even if it takes a year. It will get.
If they make
something.
a white Atherin, it's over.
Yeah, my God,
like.
yeah. If they make a white like, honestly, I don't even think it needs a new pilot. Like, red is good enough. There's enough good red stuff you can justify a red-white deck, right? Like, even if it's just 4 battle aces and like some close combats, like you did fine, kid. You know, throw your pilots in. I think honestly all it needs a striker pack type card to just make some early Triple Ship Alliance tokens that Justice can interact with. The moment,
that'd be cool too.
Yeah, the moment there's more than just the backpack that it can target, it goes up stonks. It's going to be crazy. Like, if any of those tokens are viable, we're seeing Gundam Wingless adopt striker pack because of how relevant the early beatdown aggro decks are. And so anything that's already referencing and working with tokens, once it gets more token support, I think this will be in its heyday. So, like, preemptively putting it at a 2, maybe even a 2.5, maybe 3, I'm not against. It's one of the ones where, like, we're speculating at this point. So take everything I'm saying here with a grain of salt if you can. But I see the vision and the fact that it actually has performed well. And say what you will, Gen Con events, they were only like 64-man pods, right? I think there was like 64.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
So it's like, sure, you know, very small sample size, but the other argument is it's Gen Con. It was people who paid to be in the door, paid for an Airbnb, a flight, or a drive to get there, and made sure they got into those Gundam events with a built deck. So if nothing else, it's at least we know the upper crust were a bunch of hardcores, so we'll see how it was.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, it's not like Buster bad or Dual Assault Shroud bad. Again, even Assault Shroud can get better over time if there's like more
good
Zaft units to play off of it.
I think truly the issue with Dual Assault is just that it's a slot machine. That's my biggest concern with it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm fine with 2 Haros on the Justice.
Yep.
You know, hopefully down the line it gets better, or if we get another version of Justice, Infinite Justice, whatever. But obviously that'll be a different card. All right, And then, last but not least, we have the aerial rebuilds, the last white LR of the set. We originally had this one at 3 Haros, and honestly, I kind of want to bump it up. It's a good card.
Yeah.
This card's good. You know, I mean, you personally have held it in your hands as the winner card. It's a beautiful card. It's a really cool card to play. Even Muhammad topped with it one of the Gen Con events with a blue-eye deck.
Yeah,
it's playing every rebuild. He was featured on Eggman's video. Funny enough.
Yeah, it turns out that a card that says grab something that either facilitates card draw or facilitates board presence is good enough. I think initially we looked at it as yeah, okay, you get it, you pick up an unforeseen, you swing Suletta, you restand one, you unforeseen something, whatever. And we didn't really value it as just a bigger permit score 6. But honestly, if this thing picks up a Show of Resolve late game or an Overflowing Affection,
yeah,
whoo, winner chicken dinner. I can't count the number of games where I have turned it around on blue-red because I top decked a Show of Resolve and I've been able to draw 2 more cards deeper and kind of refill my hand or find that last link pair or that last extra body I needed to lock a game out. And this just adds that consistency in blue-white. We're seeing some topping lists utilize it as a late game, sit it on the board, put a banana manager in it, and pick up a Show Resolve or an Overflowing and just whatever you need. It's any generic pair, and it makes it really good. And so that kind of just turns it around. It seems like, honestly, a lot of the white LRs, in my opinion, are overperforming from where we were looking at. Even the Justice is kind of overperforming. And it kind of comes down to the fact that none of them have specific link requirements. Many of them are good.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all good, and they all just need a pair. They don't really...
Yeah, now that you mention it.
They're kind of, they're like a bunch of hoe mobile suits. They don't care who's in the cockpit, you know what I mean? Any pilot will do, you go down to the corner of White Avenue and just anyone, Yeah, so it's a little bit of a goofy one where it's the Kasatriya's effect on paper looks whatever, it's really good in practice, but it requires a new type or cyber new type. Every single good LR for white is just you got a Char? Throw a Char in it. It works. You got an Amuro? Throw an Amuro in there. Sure, why not, kid? You want to bounce somebody? Throw them in there. Throw a banana manager in there. Sure, whatever. It's just yeah, okay, cool. It turns out if the more generic an effect, the better it is in card games, which is just... We've known it for years. It's goofy. It took us, a month just about to figure all that out, but that's card games, baby.
Yeah. With that being said, you basically said it all. I would probably bump it up to 4, maybe even 4.5. Maybe I wouldn't put it beyond Freedom, but
no,
I think a solid 4.
Yeah, it's on the 3.5 to 4 for me. I think 4 is probably fair. It's the thing too is we talked about it last time. This card is out of everything, truly out of every other LR in this game right now, has the most growth potential of anything. They just need to print more good command cards, and turns out that's a card type. So it doesn't need to be a white command. It doesn't need to be Suletta. It doesn't need to be Academy themed. It just has to be a command card.
A command.
That's it. You need a striker pack? We got you. You need a card draw? We got you. You need game state? We got you. It's card's good. It's only going to get better, and it's super good, and it's our prize card for Gen Con store first combat events. And are we getting another one for the regional? Or no, regional's wing, right? We're getting a wing 0 for that.
Yeah. But I mean, we will see this area rebuild again in the new type challenge that's coming in stores.
Yep.
So yeah. I think that's pretty much it, though. Honestly, I'm trying to think. Like I said before, aside from the unicorn and the Death Scythe, I don't think we were super off.
No,
for the most part.
It's a weird one too, because the thing that I noticed was, especially into the Gen Con build philosophy and ideas, Death Scythe is still a really good card, and it definitely performed well during Gen Con events. But a lot of people, like my friend Cameron, What he found more success with, because people were running low to the ground blockers, was like adding Shenlongs. And I think Gundam right now is benefiting from, kind of in a weird way, something I've wished for One Piece and for other games, the fact that the meta is brand new to everybody. There's nobody out there, if they have a YouTube video and they say, how do you want to win a Gundam? They don't know. Like, they're trying. You know what I mean? like it's like, there's definitely like philosophies you can prescribe to.
Yeah.
But since the meta is so new, it's like, if you can make something work for you, it'll be good. But yeah, no, it's just, it's like a nice thing to see where it's like, there's just so many things that are viable right now, and it just takes getting that one win in. And since we're a best of one format game, you just have to do really well one time. And that's it.
Yeah. It's definitely true what you said earlier. I think we are kind of in like sort of a triangle to square meta where each of these different archetypes are kind of countering each other.
It's a little bit of a weird one because, like, definitely each deck that is performing well. So, like, if I have to spell it out, you've probably heard it throughout the video, you can piece it together. You're a smart viewer. You, the person watching this right now, you are smart. The four big decks we're seeing are green, white, wing, blue, red, ping, or I think they're calling it, like, 7-Up or something, Pepsi Pop or something.
The blue, red, weenie aggro deck.
Blue, red, weenie aggro. Our green, blue aggro deck is now our big 4 deck. And then freedom blockers / unicorn blockers.
Some sort of blue-white.
Yeah, some type of blue-white. But those tend to be the 4 pillars of set 1 that we're seeing large successing and, like, consistent win rates with. And so in that, it's a little bit of a tough one because every single one of those decks, except for green-blue, has, like, 2 sides to it. Blue-white has its early game focus into its late game kind of wall. Green-white has its early blockers into its big wing units. Blue-red has its early rush units into its, like, Casatrias and Maritas. And so sometimes, if you're playing wing, you probably want to keep a hand that has a lot of ramp if you know you're against freedom. Maybe you don't value the blockers as much. Your opponent slaps down 2 Zaku 2s, and you crap yourself immediately because you didn't keep any blockers. So, since we're in a best-of-1 format, there's definitely a lot of room to catch your opponent off by surprise. No one deck is doing every single thing perfect. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of openness to even our objective ratings that prove us wrong. Like, we're happy about it. Like, it's cool to be part of a game, like, openly for me. Obviously, I'm investing in artwork. I'm doing all kinds of nonsense because I'm a sadist. But for Gundam, it's very interesting to be part of a game that is evolving, is brand new, and feels very fresh. And you can click on a YouTube video from somebody who you've never watched before, and they might have the sickest Zaf list you've ever seen. And I pray you make it work and win everything with it, because that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the current format, too, is that, like, each archetype, too, isn't completely pigeonholed into its role in the metagame. Like, sometimes in One Piece, it kind of feels like that for certain leaders. Yeah. But, like, for example, green-white, I've seen a lot of lists adapting, like we said earlier, removing a lot of the ramp package to play more blockers to survive better against the weenie aggro decks. Because as it turns out, if you just live, you'll have that inevitability with your wing zeros. You know, so like playing like more blockers, more striker packs, etc. Or in blue-white, you know, playing more low to the ground tempo removal, like the Sword Strike Gundam that Arvin was playing to really adjust for like the weenie aggro decks. So it's not just, oh, these are slow decks, so they just get ran over by aggro. It's not completely true. There are things that you can do like with your deck building to actually adjust to your local metagame, even if you're just pigeonholed into like a specific color combination. Yeah,
it's a good first set. We're gonna hope set 2, and I've got a lot of hope for it too. We'll hope that they continue kind of providing something to everybody. I know I've got a lot of guys locally that are excited about purple, and I hope, you know, it's not like a One Piece or like a Digimon issue where, you know, we introduce a color and it takes a good 3-4 sets for them to really get caught up. So I'm hoping IBO and 00 will be good out the box, and we'll hopefully have a video for this for set 2 and onto the what's it? Not Clan Battle. It's like Iron. I think Iron Blooded Orphans is our first one, right? For Star Deck 5 and 6.
I think She Quux is also coming the same time.
Yeah, Clan Battle.
Or Clan Unity,
Clan
I think
Unity,
it's called.
that's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that'll be pretty much it, guys. Again, let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree. It's like, again, posting an opinion anywhere on the internet, you're going to get flames, whether justified or not. So, but we want to hear it anyway. So do definitely feel free to let us know your thoughts down below. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you liked hearing us yap for an hour plus again. We're growing, and like for those of you who are tuning in from the previous video and you subscribe, because actually we got quite a few subscribers from the previous one as well. Thank you for doing so, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe, as we will have plenty more Gundam content to come in the very near future. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to go to Kareem's channel, as he will also be posting some stuff.
It'll be in the future. I think I did my
no promises.
Yeah, I did my Eggman stream as a live stream on Twitch. But for me, it's just when I go to events, I'll try to record and do things. I'm kicking myself. I left the tripod at home for Gen Con, and I was like, oh, I could have recorded my Thursday games, my Sunday games, but yeah, we'll keep it here. Focus on the Sun Pirates. They're much better than I. So
yeah, but again, all of Kareem's stuff that he wants to be followed will be linked in the description below, so be sure to do that as well. So yeah, thanks guys for watching as always, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye bye.